Make sure my hair is coiffed. Of course, the camera's going to pick that up. You'll have fun editing this later.
Alex, thank you for being on the podcast. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being on. All right. So on the Digital Minute podcast, we will find out who you are, how you got to this point, and in time, and where you want to go in the future. So to start things off, let's begin with this moment in time.
Right.
How did you get here? What brought you here? And like, if somebody was meeting you for the first time, how would you describe yourself to them?
Well, I would describe myself as a extroverted, communicative individual who tries to be as empathetic as possible, that has a large amount of skills and, work experience and life experience, to the point where, yeah, he's a very interesting character, and he's interesting to talk to, and he definitely tells the weirdest stories. Like, that's pretty much what would be me.
Well, I agree with you on this. I know that you're definitely one to tell some pretty interesting stories, which is one of the main reasons I did want to have you on today. So let's see here. Now that we got a little bit... Now that we know a little bit about you, Alex, it's time for a little segment I like to call the Instagram Digital Dive, where we will be decoding your deepest, darkest secrets on social media.
Oh, boy.
In fact, I will be pulling up your Instagram and searching for a few pictures that maybe you forgot were on there. And you are going to give us the full story. This is no TLDR, Alex. I want the full thing.
I don't even know what that is, but all right.
Wow. Okay.
And there's like 12 pictures on there.
There's not a wide selection, but there's some pretty nice gems on here. So I'll start with this picture. I want to say it's Disneyland. What were you doing there?
So that was...
Looks like Galaxy's Edge?
Yeah, so it was 2019, and I went with my my boomer parents, and they wanted to see... Sorry. But we wanted to go to Disneyland. And my aunt and uncle, they got us in because my uncle worked for Disney as a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
So he was like, hey, I can get 8 people in at a time. And then we wanted to figure out where we want to go. So I thought, hey, let's go to the Star Wars place. Great attention to detail. Still the same overpriced food and drinks I've ever seen. And still as crowded.
Was it good, though?
It was
the
good.
Food and drinks?
Yeah. We had like that cantina drink, basically, where it's like I don't know, it's like a margarita or something like that. I don't know the term. Maybe if someone knows, they can put in the comments. But it was like $40 to $50 or something like that.
Yo.
And my dad was like, "We're never coming here ever
40 to
again."
50. Wait, for the whole meal or?
Oh, just the drink.
Just the drink?
Just the drink itself. Yeah, it was like $35, $40, something like that.
No way.
And one was like 50.
The ticket for the park is like $100.
I know, but they gouge. That's just how they are.
Okay, I've been to Galaxy's Edge. I've never been to the cantina because when I went, we didn't have enough time to like go through the whole thing.
Right.
But I remember going to this restaurant where they had something called like the chicken yip yip or something like that. Tip yip. I don't know. It was like a block of deep fried chicken.
Yeah.
Sitting in like mashed potatoes and gravy.
Right.
And that was actually incredible. I really enjoyed that. And it wasn't more than like $15 for that meal.
Are you kidding me?
No, it was great. I don't know if the prices went up over time, but also the cantina is kind of like that cornerstone, I feel like. So maybe that's why.
And it's definitely attention to detail. That's probably why they're like, we got to make up the pricing and we got to like pay for this somehow. And I think that's why they did it,
Yeah.
It's just Disney.
Yeah, well, that's Disney for you. That's interesting. So let's actually move on to the next picture here.
Okay.
I see you striking a pose.
Oh, God, no, not this one. I already know what you're talking about.
You know.
I thought you were referring to something else.
No. What is this? Looks like
So-
you have a shirt that says Slick on.
Yeah, so it was a marketing company that this will actually tie in very well to the career part. I know we'll talk about later, but I used to work for a company that was my first marketing like assistant job, and I wanted to post that, and people were like, "Why are you posting something achievable on Instagram? It's like so weird for you." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe I thought it was cool, and I forgot to take it down because I did eventually quit from that job." But
as one does in their life many times. I think that jobs a lot of times are like stepping stones to where you actually need to be.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, when you brought it up, I mean, we all want to kind of have our own thing that we're so passionate about, whether it's a business that you start up off the ground. I know you have a background in that, and
Yeah.
we'll definitely get to that, and we'll talk to that. Now that we've thoroughly invaded your public privacy, I'd like to know.
Public privacy.
I'd like to know if you saw yourself anywhere doing anything in about 6 years from now, what would that be?
I think it would be like working for like an e-commerce company. Excuse me. Like an e-commerce company where I learn about supply chain and logistics and learn about like e-commerce marketing, and then using those skills and craft to like bring a website and get the product up and running. Or I would do something with one of like the bigger companies. Like I want to work for like Taco Bell corporate. I want to work for Del Taco corporate because I was an intern there and I want to try to get back in. But I want to work for like one of those bigger companies and just be a part of their marketing team, and just trying to get my foot in the ground. And at that point, by 6 years, I could be like a coordinator, a specialist by that point, and really hone in my skills. So
I gotta say, I would love to see you do a job like that, because I feel like those companies, the thing is you could bring something special to those companies.
I could, yeah.
Because no, it's cool. Like they have good food and stuff, and I think Taco Bell is kind of known for their cheeky marketing when it comes to like their hot sauce packets, and it says something on them. I feel like that's so right up your alley. And as far as us, we've been friends for a really long time, and we run around in the same groups. So I would say like I've always known you to be that guy that makes those cheeky comments and like fun, bring us all alive. So I think that would be a perfect fit for you, actually. I didn't know that about you.
It's basically the type of marketing where someone's going to scroll on like Instagram and go, oh, I'm actually going to stop for a second and look at this because I'm encapsulated. That's the word, encapsulated by this ad. And I'm like, yep, that was me. I helped participate in it.
Got you.
So
yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, okay. Okay. For our next segment, we have futuristic foods. As a self-proclaimed foodie myself and a fat boy at heart, I'm going to cover your eyes with not a blindfold, but something similar.
Okay.
In fact, right there at the bottom next to you, you should be able to pick it up. It's a pair of shades that light up with LEDs.
I'll put this on the table,
Yeah. You got to click the pink button there. And then once you've done that, your vision will be completely gone, hopefully.
Get this through there we go.
And then you're going to rate the food that I give you. Go ahead and give that a shot, and you're going to rate it. The rating scale on this podcast is going to be the planet Saturn. So if it's amazing, if it's perfect, if it's out of this world, you give it 10 Saturns.
It's like I can feel the texture. It's like a healthy, like Reese's, peanut butter cup.
So, can you taste the peanuts in it?
I can a little, yeah.
I feel like it's incredible. It's from this company. It's from this company called Unreal, and they make. I got this from Whole Foods, by the way. What caught my eye about this is that it's a lot of things. It's first of all, it's certified vegan, it's gluten-free, non-GMO, fair trade ingredients, literally the whole nine, right? When you look at things that might be natural or in a good space. And a lot of the sweetener from this food, and why I put it in the futuristic foods category, is that it uses blue agave instead of a lot of sugar. There's still a little bit of sugar. I think there's like 5 grams. I mean, comparatively though, to a normal Reese's peanut butter cup, you're saving your life. So I think it tastes actually better than a normal Reese's peanut butter cup. But
It's definitely something to get used to. That's for certain, because I'm used to like the normal like sugar, and I'm a sweet tooth, and to like taste that the first time, my taste buds were like, like, I don't,
It's
you know,
different.
It's different.
It's
yeah,
different.
Yeah.
So how many Saturns would you give it?
I'd say an 8.
Really?
8 Saturns, yeah. I mean, like I love anything sweet.
Okay.
And if it's like it's not too sweet, like it's just this like, you know, tipping through the door. And
We
it's
went
just
to
like,
Handles recently. We went to that ice cream shop. For all of you that don't know or are listening at home, Handles is a ice cream shop that makes handmade ice cream, I believe.
Yeah, it was that franchise, and if you go down to the one in Laguna Niguel, it's owned by one of my professors, and
No way.
he makes like he's got recipes. He helps. His is his franchise. He bought it.
Dude, shout out Handles.
Yeah, shout out Handles, man. Laguna Niguel, and then he also owns the one in Rancho Santa Margarita in Orange County. So if you ever check it out, go for it.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
You can take off the glasses now if you're ready. And I'll figure out what happened to these things. Albeit, I've had these things for about 2 years. I'll take those. So, rest in peace. For dramatic effect.
A loud noises really make me like shriek or something like
Actually,
that.
I think our next segment here is creeping up on us.
Uh-oh.
Well, actually, before we get into that, I want to talk to you about a online merch store that went by the name of Get Click Buy.
Oh, God damn it.
I want you,
told you
if it's okay, talk to me about this. What did you learn by launching this store all by
Right.
yourself? And I can take your trash here.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so last year around August, oh my God, it's been almost a year since I've done this. Since August of the pandemic, I was hearing from a coworker that he talked about this idea called drop shipping. And drop shipping was when you take, you're a supplier. You are like the liaison between a customer and a supplier for merchandise. Excuse me. Sorry, it's the sparkling.
No,
Sorry,
you're
yeah.
good. Is this pointed well towards you?
It's
Okay.
pointed well.
There you go.
Thank you. So basically, what we do as these merchants, these online merchants like Get Click Buy was, where we provide the necessary platform to sell products from suppliers anywhere. So traditionally, how this business model goes is you get suppliers typically from like the kind of like Alibaba and AliExpress. So they are the two main suppliers that brings out most of the products. And the weird thing is too, like Alibaba, like traditionally is known to be only Chinese suppliers for
Right.
products, and then you can buy it at a lower amount and then mark it up, basically. The key ticket for these stores is the brand marketing. It's the niche. It's the, what does it stand by? You know what I mean? It can be environmental. It could be you're donating back to a certain organization or a philanthropic type of deal. It's just the way that it's marketed that really gets people like, hey, like I'll just buy it from this person because the brand is doing well. You know, like there's a portable blender called a like a jet set or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's a drop shipping item from Alibaba. It's in like China. It's like $3 to buy for a one set, you know?
No way.
And they upcharge it to like 25 or something like that.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
an
no, yeah, it is
incredible
called
profit.
Yeah, it's a big profit. Yeah, it's called JetBlet. I think so. JetBlet.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then basically they created this great brand, and it's like a multi-million-dollar store. And this is something where they just bought it for like a couple of items. Like you bought it at one or two items and sold it to a couple people, and they're like, hey, we really like this product. I'm like, okay, let's create a brand. So I tried doing that with Get Click Buy, and I realized there's no brand. There's no niche. It's just a set of products that I got from American suppliers,
Right.
from a Canadian website called Spocket, which was like Alibaba, but it was more niche down, smaller. So I decided to, you know, put the store on pause, and now I'm actually coming back with another store, and I've actually been talking to a few suppliers. I now have a product which I can't really divulge right away, but it's basically like utility. It's a leisure utility, and I have mentors that I work with that have done this thing before, this whole business, and they say like, hey, this is a pretty good item. Let's look at your competitors, but I think I could be onto something here. I just got to figure out supply chain logistics, and maybe this could be something, you know, just get back in the game.
That's incredible. I think when you come back to it, the fact that you were doing it anyway, I mean, Get Click Buy. I remember when you sent me the website and I was looking through the products, and I remember seeing that there were so many different products that actually, like the products that were on the website, I think a lot of people would use them.
Yeah.
But I feel like the issue was right. What you were saying was that niche. It's like people, like for example, some of the products were geared towards like, let's say, teen, like 20, 21, 22 female, or like, and then some of them were like men with beards,
Right,
or
yeah.
like, right. So
It's
it was
all
like
over the place.
opposite sides of the spectrum there, but the products looked really quality, which I
Yeah.
appreciated. I mean, and I appreciate that you put that together because a lot of times when you're starting a business, people really just want to like go for it and obviously get it the first time, right?
Yeah.
And it's incredible. But the fact of the matter is these people that are overnight successes, they say it takes like your entire life to become an overnight success because it takes trial and error to realize how do you get there? I think we're going to run into our first intermission here. So we'll grab a drink, we'll use the restroom, whatever you got to do. And guys, we will be back in a quick moment. Thanks for watching the Digital Minute Podcast. We will be right back. See you soon.
This is the outro.
It's just like... For our next segment, we are going to play a game called Marry, Love, Kill. It's a variation of another game that you probably know.
Yes.
I hope you have fun because I think I'm going to have a lot of fun playing this with you.
Oh, boy.
So we're going to do, and for those of you who don't know, Marry, Love, Kill, you get to choose one person. I'm going to pick celebrities that you get to marry. One person you get to fall in love with for the first time because that's such an incredible feeling, and I want to know who that would be for you.
Okay.
And then you have to kill one person. Axe them. Done.
Great.
Knock them.
Yeah,
knock 'em
yeah,
on the head. Oh, no. Just get rid of them. In the grave, 6 feet under. You get the gist. Yeah. So first off, we have Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Oh
Sorry.
my God. Selena Gomez. That wasn't the reaction I was expecting for like practically America's sweetheart. Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, and Margot Robbie. These are your picks. You got to let me know who you would marry, who you would love, and who you would kill.
Well, you see, like I've got a type, right? Like
As everybody does. As everybody does.
Margot Robbie is like she's beautiful, exceptional. You know, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You know, Sharon Tate. You know, love you, Sharon. You know. Well, you have to like, you know, pay tribute to like one of the like great actresses of the 60s. Like that's where Tarantino came with it. Anyway,
Of course.
probably fall in love with maybe let's see. Fall in love with definitely Margot Robbie.
You'd fall in love with her.
Fall in love with Margot Robbie. You know, it's just that's like yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. And then the Mary, it would definitely be Selena Gomez.
Can I say you and Margot Robbie would make a really cute couple?
I appreciate that. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you'd make
just-
her laugh a lot too.
Yeah, you know, you know, she's British, right?
I think she is. You know what's crazy though? Is like I don't think about that because
No, but like they have a different sense of humor, and I feel like I could match that a little bit. Like I have a little
okay.
bit of that British sense of humor.
the reason I don't think about it because I feel like in a lot of her movies she has like an American accent.
Yeah, she does pretty well. Like she knows how to like get that.
No, wait, isn't she Australian?
I guess it is.
No,
I feel like-
not British. You know why? I watched
Wolf of Wall Street.
not I watched that, but
Yeah,
there was
she's in that one. Yeah.
She's in that one. She does great in that. They did like a jargon like they're like, oh, what is some things you can teach us like from your homeland, like some it was a YouTube video, and she's just sitting down like going over some jargon that like Australian people would do, and it was just so entertaining. Like everything Margot Robbie does is just so entertaining because she does have like a sparkling personality.
Yeah, she does,
So I
yeah.
can see why I'd pick her to fall in love with her. You said marry Selena Gomez.
And yes, marry Selena Gomez. So by process of elimination, no pun intended, would be Ariana Grande.
Okay. So marry Selena Gomez. Walk me through the wedding. What does that look like?
Well, it would be in a lovely like it's almost like an inn, right? It's like an inn in New England. Okay, so it's a New
okay.
England type of setting, right? Think of like a small town. and it's basically run by basically small town people, but they create this beautiful venue. You've got stables, and they're so invested in the community. And then eventually we would have like the reception, but it would be within the town. And then like you got your friends and your family, but the townspeople could like actually be involved with it for some reason. You know what I mean? And that's like, probably like in Maine or like Vermont or New Hampshire. Like I really like that New England area. Or on the complete opposite, side, probably because she does country songs, right? So probably like, I'd probably say like Wyoming.
Wait, Selena Gomez does country?
I think she does. Like, I think she did a little bit of country songs. Like, I keep thinking of her like when she did like that cover for Dolly Parton's like Jolene.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
I think so. No, wait, I'm sorry. That was Miley Cyrus.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, dude, I don't think Selena does country.
I don't know. I thought she did like a cover of it. See, that's why I'm so bad with this. Like I'm not good with
Oh my god, you have like this whole wedding like planned out in your head. And then it's like revolving around like false reality.
It is a false reality.
I mean, I guess this whole game is
It's false
reality.
reality. Like,
So-
who would any of us a marry celebrity? God.
Right. So, okay, fall in love with Margot Robbie. I respect that decision, that choice. And then Selena Gomez, you're gonna marry her, and you're gonna kill Ariana Grande. Sorry, Ariana, we love
Yeah.
you. We love you here on the Digital Minute Podcast. We
Yeah.
love everybody. Actually, that's actually one of the big things about the Digital Minute Podcast is that we love you no matter what, where you come from, who you love, what's going on in your life. We're here for you, and you're welcome here. We hope that in the future, everybody could love each other a little bit more. So we're
Yes.
moving forward. We're moving forward here. I have some lightning round questions for you,
Shit.
and they're not even like questions as they are more. I'm just gonna throw words at you, and then you say the first word that comes to your mind. Could be a couple words.
Could it
So-
be like Pig Latin and like gibberish? Because that might happen too. Like,
That's fine.
okay. Yeah, that's half my vocabulary.
Okay, so for the lightning round, we're gonna start with Dogecoin.
Money.
Oh, that's good. Star Wars.
Harrison.
Ford.
Yeah.
Bork.
Iceland.
Iceland. Okay. Bumble.
Hot.
Tinder.
Cold.
Rip Tinder. Do you know what Tinder is?
Yeah, dating app.
No, but like also where Tinder came from, like the name.
Oh, it's the fire, like the
Yeah.
fire emoji spread or something like that.
It's like
yeah?
the little twigs, I think,
Yeah.
that spark a fire. It's
Jesus
like Tinder.
Christ, my education is so bad.
When I was in high school, when I was just in high school, there was this app called Hot or Not. Do you remember Hot or Not?
No, I don't. I wasn't a part of these.
Dude, no, okay. So Hot or Not was like basically Tinder before Tinder. And oh my gosh, it was just so bad. It was so vain. Everybody that was on that app, it was all about looks. And I guess Tinder still is mostly about like looks and some witty bio. I'm not really sure. I've been out of the game for a very long time.
Yeah.
I think I've been in a relationship for like a year and a half. So dating, I'm so far removed. But referencing back, Hot or Not was the bane of my existence. I was such trash at that app.
And then like with Bumble, I like Bumble because like every time they like, oh, you got a bee in the hive or something, like it's kind of like something cute. So like every time like you'll get like a bee in the hive, like I'll go like, oh, buzz buzz, like do that just like for the shits and giggles or something like that.
Oh my god.
Buzz buzz, I don't know. I'm weird.
I love that, Alex. Okay, back to the lightning round. Best friend.
Sean.
You hear that, Yannick? You hear that?
No, don't do that. Do not.
You hear that, Gerardo?
Do not put this. No. Do not start a.
Sarah, you hear that?
Oh God, I
All
love
of
you
your
all.
friends.
I love you all. Don't hate me.
Sean. Hey man, I freaking love Sean.
Yeah.
Props to Sean. Okay, so enemy.
Stacy.
Whoa. I don't know who that is. Care to elaborate? We could leave it.
Okay.
Some things are better left unsaid.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now we're really coming down to it. Alex, I'm going to give you a moment as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any questions that you want to ask me about my life? The spotlight is on you, my friend. You look good today, by the way. I like your hair.
Thank you. I coiffed it as best I could, just trying to get like a good like Mayberry suburban, feel. And then of course the shirt is also like a suburban feel as well. It's Vans off the wall, and of course I've got like the Levi's. I think they're kind of Levi's, but it's a good suburban like middle class.
I can't see under the table, but I'd love to. I love the word coiffed. That makes me feel really cozy.
It's just like you just gotta like pet the hair a little bit, treat it right, treat you right,
Coiffed.
that kind of thing. Yeah, coiffed.
Okay.
Coiffed, stuff like that.
Okay, sweet.
Excuse
So
me.
what, if any, do you have any questions for me today? Anything you want to talk about? We have a little bit of time, so we can kind of freestyle this.
I don't know. I guess maybe. I guess what drives you? Like what drives you to, I guess to be entrepreneurial. To do something of this nature, to do something to create. You've talked about before, like creating we talked about passive income. So you said like drop shipping is like a passive income, which is not, by the way, This is not a passive income. But to develop other streams to make passive income, why are you looking in that direction to create that type of income, versus like the 9 to 5?
I mean, okay, to maximize potential is one thing. I remember seeing like really smart person say that if you work a 9 to 5 and you're getting paid X amount of dollars per hour, if you like look at it like a graph, eventually your cap is somewhere. As to where if you're doing drop shipping or something like that, your cap is essentially like however many people you can reach and sell to. So it not only does it create like an infinite amount of, well, as many humans exist on this earth that are willing to buy your product, but it creates an infinite amount of opportunity for you. And at the end of the day, what drives me to do it is the fact that I value my time. I feel like I'm going to sound like a multi-level marketer here, but I value my time a lot. And because I do work a 9 to 5 and I work full time and sometimes I work even more than full time at the job I'm at right now. And I love it. But at the end of the day, I want to reach a point in my life where I'm not thinking about, oh, I need to make X amount of dollars or whatever to sustain myself. I feel like that should be a point that everybody, and I think everybody is capable of it if they're driven enough, is to just pass that point where you don't have to worry about income. Like you have a house or something, and I guess a lot of people would call that retirement. For me, that's not retirement. That's like the beginning. And then once I have the house and I have a place that I can have my friends over and we can all work on whatever like content that we're creating or just having fun or just working on projects on how to further my friends' dreams. So once I get my dream where it's at, or,
that's actually, I like that a lot. And I think, kind of going on that point where, kind of like a side discussion, but our generation, I don't think wants to be in the position where they're going to work until they're like 65 or 70.
No.
You know what I mean? And they're like, okay, they're like go to retirement years.
I don't think so either.
Why retire? Why be in that, like, you know what I mean? That old system, to me at least, like I get, if you want to work and you like what you're doing, that's one thing, but people just sometimes dread it. They dread doing these things. They're put through the schooling and to do all of this. And some of them really enjoy it and others do it just to make more money. Right. And I'm thinking, okay, you're going to be, 40 or 50 or 60, you know, when you like retire 65, maybe then God knows what happens.
And then you're too old to enjoy your retirement. I'm not going to say like you're too old, like 65 is too old, but I think like, wouldn't you want to have, and I guess people take vacations and stuff for sure, but wouldn't you want to have a significant portion of your life left to maybe like travel or like do some pretty cool stuff or explore? Maybe you've realized your potential and your current passion and you want another thing to do or another thing to do. I think people that have that, that's really cool.
I mean, I always have passions. I think for me at least, if I had managed to find the income to sustain myself, I would probably, here's what I would do. I would get off all of the socials except for LinkedIn, because I like LinkedIn. I'm a nerd in that aspect.
I didn't like LinkedIn until like this year.
It's a valuable source, you know.
good.
But I would get off everything else, and I just would live my life in such a way where I'm not putting myself, you know, like I don't want to be in the limelight where I'm like, okay, I kind of have to do an update all the time, unless it's for a business.
Yeah.
But I want to be, you know, more private, I guess. You know, I just don't want to be on the spotlight all the time. Maybe that's just me.
No, for sure. And
You know?
I'm like, in no way am I saying that everybody's going to want to, like, I guess, get to that point early and then not do certain things or do other things. What I'm really trying to say is, like, for me in particular, I do see myself getting a house earlier on in life,
Yeah.
and then exploring multiple avenues of, like, maybe even trying to solve some of the world's most damaging issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I would love to be a part of that solution. So I just think that I can't do stuff like that when I have this stupid thing called money just barking at me in my head. And
Yeah.
no pun intended. And it's definitely not stupid. But Dogecoin is incredible.
Come on, just or no Shiba Inu. If it gets to $1, if it gets to $1, like
If I was gonna say, like, Dogecoin isn't even an alternative to money. I think it's money. It's just straight up money. And same thing for Shiba.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
When you look at these coins, and maybe we could talk about this a little bit, it's like altcoins or just coins, crypto in general.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are looking at it as like shares of a stock.
Yeah.
Which it can be viewed that way, but I think there's a future where we have Apple Pay on our phones, and one of those cards is like our Doge wallet or our Sheep wallet. Like,
I'd be a millionaire.
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's probably headed if you're looking like 25 years down the line.
Yeah, I think
just
people.
depends.
I think people they buy the coins,
Maybe
you know,
sooner.
for us because we're still thinking about the U.S. dollar.
Yeah.
You know, but I think a lot of people they're looking at it going, you know, okay, the U.S. dollar, you know, it's starting to lose its value, or it's not starting to be as, you know, the value of it was just less, you know, 20, 30 years ago versus it is today. So they're looking at these other coins going, I'm going to like diversify my portfolio. I'm going to invest in other things, put my money in different valuables just to see, to supplement the fact that, you know, we're trying to make money and maybe the value of our dollar is different now versus what it was before. And
Right.
that's why they're doing these coins, because they don't trust the US dollar, but they're hesitant. You know what I mean? And that's what happened in, like, you've ever studied history in the 70s, that was the same situation. We had high inflation and people did not trust the US dollar, you know, and we issued people like, you know, bonds and like a different currency for a little bit, like very tiny bit of history. And then eventually the dollar came back. You know, it's just like these you know, the waves
Yeah.
that come back and all that. So that's what's going on with like Dogecoin and
Well, it's like, how
crypto,
do you trust
know?
something like the US dollar or, let's say, stocks in general when you could lose like 50% of your portfolio value in like a week?
Yeah.
I mean, and it wasn't necessarily like a trend that happened a lot in the past, in our parents' era, like in the boomer era. it wasn't like they were waking up and their stocks were like in the shitter like every day. I
Yeah.
feel like for us, it's like every other day.
Well,
There's
we can stop it.
there's
Like
a
if
drop.
one day if it goes down, it's like a huge. If it's even just a mild drop, you're like, oh, we got to sell. You know, like we
Yeah.
got to like get out of it as fast as we can. But back then, you
But
kind of
even
had to
that-
wait.
Even
you
that
know?
like perpetuates that same issue. It's a snowball effect, and then the stocks tank even harder.
Yeah.
And so like the one time that I could like look back to for our parents that had a similar effect to the pandemic was like the housing bubble.
Yeah,
I think it was
09.
2008.
Yeah.
And that's when they saw that massive drop. And who knows, it might happen again. But at the end of the day, I don't blame people for being really skeptical about where they put their money when you're looking at it like, wow, this stuff could literally disappear overnight. Price to earnings on a stock, like if you know anything about investment and stuff like that, and it comes down to like the price to earnings ratio and all this crap, it doesn't even seem to matter anymore as much as public interest in something matters.
It's interesting. Yeah, a lot of these coins literally have no value other than the fact that people create. Well, it's the same thing. Okay,
People create value.
people create value. People create confidence. The one word you can call the stock market, and like I said, I'm not a financial expert. It's just something that, you know,
We're just talking here.
we're just talking.
We're just talking here.
but it's based on one word. It's confidence, to me at least. And confidence, the stocks have a service, a product. They provide something. Crypto doesn't.
No.
There's nothing,
At the moment.
It's confidence, but it's confidence based on, it's like, for example, it's like, oh, we don't have the gold standard anymore. Or, yeah, we're not backing it. Same situation with this. Oh, you back Dogecoin. On what? I'm like, nothing. Just the fact that it's popular and it's a trend.
Yeah.
It kind of happened with AMC and like all of those stocks back in February. The difference is they provided a product or service. But what happened was you had a group of people that gathered together and say, what can we do to hurt Wall Street? You know what I mean? And people, they call
Good.
it, yeah, I mean, like you call it market manipulation. I'm like, well, the hedge funds do it all the time.
Every year.
Like, every day. Yeah, exactly. Like, and they're pissed off that a bunch of, dumbasses on Reddit, they were like, they were, because it's not saying
Incredibly
like,
smart dumbasses.
incredibly smart dumbasses, but they called them dumbasses because
Yeah.
they were on Reddit and they were just, they were like, oh, you can't say go by this. They were like, no, I like the stonk. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they were just creating this absolute insanity with the value of
Yeah.
these stocks.
And they
it's like-
utilized like call options to do that sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
So the cool thing is about crypto and like some of the coins, not all of them,
Mm-hmm.
but like, for example, there are businesses, and I think this is what's going to actually drive growth in that industry, is the fact that you have in Southern California, like where we are, businesses that are popping up out of nowhere, and they have signs on their doors that say, we accept Dogecoin, or like, we accept Bitcoin.
Yeah,
And
it's the acceptance of it.
that's a
Yeah.
good thing, because once it has like a utility, like you can actually utilize it, that's when you start seeing value in the currency itself rather than just public interest.
You
Not
want to buy the
financial
coins.
advice. This is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice, by the way. We're just shit talking.
We're
but,
just a
like,
bunch of
well,
dumbasses on Reddit.
like smart shit talking. Yeah.
Well, Alex, I'm really happy that you came on today.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much for being here. It's always good to see you, whether it's on the podcast or just in our daily lives. I love you, man.
I love you
And,
too, bro.
I'm just going to do the outro now. So, hey, guys, please support the podcast by sending it to a friend or family member that might enjoy it as well. I haven't done this a lot. This is my first time, so please bear with me. But help us out by launching that like button to the moon. It will help a lot. It'll help more people see the videos. And we just want to spread a lot of love to everybody here. And with that being said, no matter what the color of your skin, where you're from, who you love, we always love you here, and you're always accepted here on the Digital Minute Podcast. So please drop a comment down below. Tell us what you think. Alex, your camera is right here. So are there any projects that you're working on that you want to let the world know about?
Well, I don't have like an official name yet on the site or anything of that nature, but when I do, I'll probably follow up, basically.
We'll
But,
do a follow-up podcast. Do you want to
yeah.
plug your Instagram, your social media, anything? I can go ahead and put that down below.
Yeah, it will be at Al Bob Donald, all lowercase.
Donald.
So-
I'll put it above your head somewhere so people can click
just
on
like,
it or something.
Like, I'll do that. If you can probably edit it like right there, be like, hey, it's right there.
There you go. That's Alex Mir. Thank you so much for being on the Digital Minute Podcast. Guys, subscribe, ring that notification bell so that you know when episode 2 comes out. Thank you so much for watching the podcast today and listening. We love you. Peace.